Alright, SlimmBob here, time for another video, and this time I'm going to be talking about this lovely hat. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. This hat. No, I'm not. I'm talking about a movie, a film. Though this is a nice hat, I like this one. I got this from Spain. And the reason I'm wearing this is because looking outside, it's snowing. It's a miracle, it's actually snowing. Well, it's not a miracle, I was supposed to be doing a gig tonight. Blooming, I can't do it because it's snowing, we can't get equipment there. I'm there, packing stuff up, we had to take full kit and all, not just breakables, we had to take full kit and everything. Like amps and everything. I get a call from my brother after I've finished setting it up. Oh, we're cancelled. Oh, cheers. Well, I thought because we're not going to gig tonight, might as well do a video. And I thought I'd talk about a movie that I watched last night. I had no idea this was on Netflix. The Interview, it's on Netflix. I knew it was on demand in America, whatever the fuck that means. That's what Americans say in the reviews. It's on demand. What the fuck's on demand? Does that mean, is it a website? Is it something you get on your TV? I don't know. It's on demand. But apparently that might include Netflix because I watched it on Netflix. On US Netflix, I don't know if it's on UK, it might be. My laptop's automatically set up to US, so yeah, I watched it on US and it was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun movie. Very controversial movie in North Korea because they got really upset, didn't they? Like, it shows that Americans are going to attack us and all that. No it don't. It just shows that Seth Rogen and James Franco are still idiots. They like comedy and they're right funny and they thought they'd make a joke out of something outrageous. And that's what they've done. That's all they've done, and that's what they do. They're good at that. They're really good at making light of really outrageous situations. So, yeah, North Korea, calm the fuck down, guys. Calm down. There's no bad about this movie. It's good. It's a good movie. Watch it and you'll see. They actually, you get all these documentaries out. You get all this information in news that demonises the leader of North Korea. This movie actually makes him out to be an alright bloke that's damaged and that can be understood. So it's like, I find that funny. I just find that really funny that the film that they're targeting is actually probably the most positive publicity they'll ever get out of the West for this person. But anyway, enough about that. I'm going to talk about the movie. It shouldn't be controversial. It's just a raunchy, well, I said raunchy comedy. It's these groups of comedies now, like Step Brothers, like Role Models, Horrible Bosses. The humour is all very crude. It's all, splooge jokes. It's all lots of swearing. This is like that. It's like Pineapple Express and all those. I have a soft spot for that shit. Ever since Superbad, that was the one that really, at the time when I watched that movie, that spoke to me. I was at that age where it was perfect for me, and that kind of comedy now, I have a soft spot for it because of the nostalgia of that. So, if you're part of that generation that does like those kind of comedies, you will like The Interview. And yeah, it's not perfect. It's not the best of the genre, but it does do a lot right. It is very fun. There are some really funny jokes, like the Eminem joke is right funny. Alright, it starts off a bit slow, it's a bit, alright, yeah, whatever. But the last half of that joke is just hilarious, and it sums up just that whole, the whole tabloid media crap. It sums it up, and it's really, really funny. And you know what, props to Eminem for being a good sport with that joke. It's right funny. That was really funny as well, Rob Lowe's cameo. There were a few cameos. I can't think off the top of my head, but there were a few others. So yeah, when you're watching the movie, look out for some cameos that show up. But yeah, what's it about? What's The Interview about? Wait a minute. Brain juice. Anyway, what's The Interview about? Well, you got James Franco. He's a TV personality. He interviews people. He has his own show. He does all the really lowbrow crap. And you've got Seth Rogen, who's his producer, and somehow it works. Their chemistry works. It's a bit homoerotic at times, which is quite funny. yeah, their chemistry is really good. So Seth Rogen's his producer, but he's a bit more ambitious. He's more serious. He's more of a straight man. So he wants to do some proper cases. He knows he's capable of doing that. But it turns out that the leader of North Korea is actually a fan of James Franco's show. So obviously the two of them decide they should get an interview with this guy. So they actually get invited to North Korea and they go. And yeah, before they go there, they're intercepted by the CIA. The CIA wants them to assassinate the leader of North Korea. So from that point you can understand where the controversy comes from. You know, a film about killing the leader of North Korea. Which is... I can understand from their perspective, sort of. Even though, you know, we'd never killed presidents in movies. We've never killed Prime Minister before. No. But yeah, that's the movie, and when they get there, they kind of bond, like James Franco and the president. I think he's a president, or is he an emperor? I don't know. See, I'm bad. I should know this shit. They bond, and it's really funny. But it turns out they're a lot more alike than they think. In the end, right, when they actually do the interview, I'm not going to go into big spoilers, but when they actually do the interview, because you build up and there's this friendship, it actually blooms like a proper friendship, it seems like it, and when they actually do the interview, I actually got a bit emotional. I don't know if it's just me, but I actually felt if there was something there that I didn't expect from one of these comedies. There's a lot of heart to this movie. It doesn't seem like there should be, but there is. Their chemistry is right good. Blooming, James Franco and Seth Rogen, they just work so well together. And James Franco is hilarious. It's worth watching this just for him. He's like a cartoon. He's like Johnny Depp when he's at his best doing those crazy characters. James Franco's like that, and I'm a right fan of James Franco. Everything he's in, I'll absorb it. I don't know why, I just find the guy hilarious. It seems like one of my mates that I would have had at school, that, you know, the crazy friend that you'd have had at school. He's like that. So, yeah, it's cool, I like it. Yeah, granted, this movie ain't going to be for everyone. If you're not a fan of those, you know, like Step Brothers, Role Models, Horrible Bosses, if you're not a fan of those kind of movies with all those sex jokes, with all the crudeness, the swearing, you're not going to be a fan of this. This is not going to change your mind. I'd say it's as good as Step Brothers. I'd say it's better than Step Brothers. I'd say it's about as good as Horrible Bosses. I don't know. I actually like this more, you know. I think it's James Franco. James Franco really makes this movie for me. Yeah, granted, like, alright, there's a lot of CGI. Some of it, I think it kind of works in its favour, though, because when they go to North Korea, like, the whole idea is that, well, it's kind of obvious. I don't think this is a spoiler. You can tell right from the start. The whole idea is that when they're being guided through North Korea to the leader's house, like, everything looks fake. Like, it's been set up so that they believe that North Korea's a great place. So the fact you have all this CGI, all these CGI mountains in the background, you look at the house, this CGI, to me it worked for me, because it's like, yeah, it's not great CGI, but it looks fake. It's like the country's fake. I don't know how deliberate that were. Maybe they were just taking advantage of the fact that their budget wasn't massive. I don't know, but to me that's kind of part of the joke. I don't know if that were deliberate, but I felt that was a joke. I found that quite funny. But saying that, some of the CGI is good. Like later on, there's an explosion, and it shows in slow motion. There's a bit where you see a guy like, a slow motion explosion, you see a guy like set on fire from the flames, and then he explodes and shit, and it's like, that looked really good. And some of the practical shit's good. Like, there's a bit, it gets really violent towards the end, it does. like that it does. Like you get like Seth Rogen has a fight with this guy and they're like biting each other's fingers off and you get blood going everywhere, like fingers flying across the room. There's a bit where a guy's impaled from his arse on the like joystick, you know, like to control cameras in the studio, and there's a really cool gag where like Seth Rogen's punching the guy. I think it's Seth Rogen or the Korean lass, like the right fit Korean lass. I can't remember which one, but they're punching the guy, and while it's rocking back and forth, you can see in the background the camera moving back and forth. I don't know. There's a lot of really cool little jokes in this movie. Yeah, they do some of the obvious shit. You know, they do the cock blocking joke. They do the one, you know, where you shove something up your arse. They do a couple of obvious jokes, but I think all in all, if you're a fan of these movies, they do it in such an interesting way that it's slightly different and that you will enjoy it. Like the shoving something up your arse joke is actually, I found it really funny. I knew the joke was coming, but it's the way, the situation that it's in, it's funny. It works a lot better than I've seen in some other recent movies. So yeah, if you're a fan of these movies, you will enjoy this. It's a lot of fun. I have a soft spot for them, so I'm going to give it 4. It's a solid movie. It's not like one of the best comedies you'll ever watch, but something on Netflix. I would even recommend buying it on DVD. Like, I think it's good enough to buy on DVD. It's a very fun movie. If you are not a fan of these kind of comedies, don't watch it. This will not change your mind. This is exactly what you will be expecting. If you don't watch it, you won't enjoy it. So yeah, I can't recommend it for people who don't like that kind of humour. But if you do like that kind of humour, definitely give it a watch. Especially like on a DVD night, you got your mates round you, all had a drink. It is absolutely perfect. I wish I'd have seen it in pictures. It would have been a right laugh in pictures with my mates. It's a shame, but even still, it's a fun movie. James Franco and Seth Rogen, it's them doing what they do best. So I give it 4, even though that's 3. I give it 4. 3 if you're not incredibly keen on these comedies, because the jokes that do work are very funny. They are very funny. They're a bit hit and miss, but there's enough good here to let you look past those few jokes. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Not much else to say about this movie. I wish I were playing music tonight, but I'm not. I was really looking forward to it. Fuck it, we got 2 more gigs next week. I'll make up for it, do extra good next week. But anyway, thank you guys. This is SlimmBob. Thanks for watching. I just hit myself in the face then. And goodbye. 4.